I'm Maggie from Personal Euphoria Pilates, and this is part 1 of our 5 standing exercises for runners. So in this video we're going to explain in depth how to do the exercises, and then if you watch part 2, you can just do them with me quickly in, I think it's 5 minutes and 30 seconds, so it doesn't take that long. So first we're going to do our toe lifts. Part of the exercise is to be standing tall, belly in, and then without shifting your weight at all, you just lift all 10 toes off the floor. So this is a real simple one, as long as you don't start to slouch, and that's the challenge here. It's a great exercise for your arches, and you can do it in sneakers, although sometimes it's a bit harder, or you might not get as much range of motion. So this is one you can do in your house anytime, whenever you think of it, if you're barefoot. Good for the arches. Our next exercise is our hip flexor stretch standing. So, you take a wide lunge, and you tuck your tailbone. If that's all the stretch you need, that's great. Then you lean forward, keeping the back heel pressed down. Some things to think about. To keep the front knee safe, you want to make sure you can tap the entire ball of your foot, okay? You don't want to be here, and then you lose the stretch anyway, so that foot should be in line with the knee or a little forward of the knee. It's okay if your heel lifts a little, but you're trying to keep it down for a better stretch. Squeezing the butt of the back leg will stretch the hip flexors better, and pulling the belly in to tuck that tailbone will stretch it better. Like all stretching, if you're going to hold, 15 to 30 seconds, 1 to 3 times each side. Okay? So whatever works for you on that level. Don't forget to do the other side. Next we do our hip lifts. You have choices. You'll get more of a balance challenge if you bend your leg back like you are a flamingo, so the leg just hangs in line with the other leg. It's not forward here. But if you're struggling with balance, especially after a run, keep your toe down and you're going to lift the hip and lower. Lift and lower. It's not that your back's not working, but you really want the work to come from the outside of the opposite leg. So feel that these are the muscles here pushing the hip up versus your back kind of yanking that hip up. Okay? Belly is in and you're as tall as you can stand. And then you repeat it on the other side. Then we're going to do some balance challenge with leg movement. You're standing as tall as you can. You shift your weight to one side, but keep the knee soft. It's not bent, but it's not hyperextended. So there's a soft bend in that knee. And you point the foot forward, flex it back, point to the side, flex it in, back, and in. If you're having trouble balancing, you can tap the toe down every time you come in. If you're feeling okay, ideally the foot just glides along the floor, hovering right above it the whole time. Okay? Staying as balanced as you can. And finally, our glute press. Again, if you need something to hold on to, you can grab something for balance, but you get more of a challenge in that body if you stand without support. But feel free, it's not worth falling over for. The leg bends back again, like you're a flamingo, and then it's just a tiny motion. Your glutes can't pull your leg back that far. So it's small, but it's hitting the largest muscle in your body, a muscle that you want to utilize as a runner for your push-off and take-off on every step, but definitely if you hit a hill. The more you keep the belly engaged, the more you'll feel this in the glute. It's not that you want to be moving from the back. So you want to stabilize the core with your ab muscles, keep the pelvis in place, and just press the foot back, squeezing your glute. So go ahead and try it. Join us for part 2, and you'll get to do all those exercises in nearly 5 minutes or less.